Hey everyone, I'm Miguel and welcome to TechBites. Today we'll be talking about the newest technologies that are disrupting Hollywood. If you've been watching movies lately, you might have noticed something that special effects have taken on a new meaning. Special effects are now things like the 100 million project of de-aging Harrison Ford in the new Indiana Jones movie and recreating Val Kilmer's lost voice in Maverick Top Gun. Newer developments that you might not have heard of include things like using AI to change actors' expression to fit dub audio, replacing the green screen with LED panels that place a realistic-looking world behind actors. Machine learning, generative AI, and novel tech are increasingly integrated into Hollywood. Let's take a look at some examples. One of these disrupting technologies is called face swap. Taking Indiana Jones as an example, the movie created a 25-minute flashback sequence. Doing this task was no easy feat. It's not just pressing one button to swap faces. During production, machine learning was used to analyze all past Indiana Jones films and create photorealistic images of Ford's younger self, basically a 2D replica of younger Ford.
Methodology used footage of me from 40 years ago that was in the vaults of Lucasfilm. It's very, very effective.
This was then combined with 3D scans of Ford's face to create a computer-generated 3D version of young Ford. Once the movie was filmed with Ford himself, each shot is edited to fit a younger face of Ford on top, while also using on-set photography of the scene for reference. What about replacing the green screen with LED panels? Can you imagine what that looks like? These are what we call virtual production studios, where typical post-production process of replacing all the green screen is put into the production stage during filming. A wraparound LED display is programmed to show any kind of virtual backdrop in photorealistic resolution. It can respond to the perspective of the camera immediately, rendering 3D scenes in real time.
It's mind-blowing. You'll be on a set, and if you just want to change the background or you want to turn around on an actor, you're not physically moving the cameras, you're actually just moving the background, and all the lights change.
Doing a French reverse, where you hit a button and the world rotates 180 degrees, it just speeds up the whole shooting process.
And what makes this tech so powerful is that it can save visual effect artists from spending extended periods of time editing out the presence of green screen and help with filming in remote landscapes. Especially in the pandemic and post-pandemic era, virtual production studios provide new ways of filming without traveling to different locations. One more benefit of this technology is that it can help actors fully immerse and envision themselves in the scene, rather than trying to give their best performance in a light green room. These are only two of many new tech that is bringing change to Hollywood. But how can we understand technology's influence in Hollywood? Let's break down 5 key factors that can help us predict how quickly and extensively new technology will shake up Hollywood. Performance and speed. We first look at how much better the new technology is compared to what's already out there. Also, we assess how quickly it could become a big deal in the market. Switching ease. Next up, we examine how easily Hollywood can switch to this new tech. For example, can studios effortlessly use virtual production instead of filming on location? It's all about making the switch without too much hassle. Changing quality standards. We consider how the new tech affects what Hollywood considers top-notch quality. Does it make a big difference in what we see on screen? The high-end market. Here, we talk about fancy, high-quality stuff. We ponder if the new tech can reach this high-end market and if it changes what we consider as high quality. Integration with Hollywood. Lastly, we ask how smoothly this tech fits into Hollywood's current way of doing things. Does it need lots of planning and negotiation to become a part of the scene? Taking all these into account helps us figure out how Hollywood will adapt to this tech. But what worries might Hollywood have before diving in? First, Hollywood might be concerned about what can be changed using this tech. And second, there's the issue of who owns the tech or the content created with it. These are important things to think about before Hollywood fully embraces this new technology. The new tech that we see emerging now opens doors to films being changed long after filming has completed. And this leads us to the question, what can we change? When it comes to digitally altering what actors have already recorded, like using AI to change actors' expression to fit dub audio, editing dialogue in post-production, we risk compromising the consent that actors gave when filming, because what they thought they were agreeing to be filmed isn't what is created. While the Hollywood does have frameworks for issues like film rights and permissions, they have yet to accommodate for these emerging technologies. And so far, the producers who have used these tech have only directly communicated with unions representing actors and writers. and this is an issue that can affect revenue streams. Imagine that a movie from a production studio 20 years ago had a product placement sponsorship with Nike, but now they are getting a sponsorship with Adidas. The question or challenge is, could we change the product placement using AI? And can production studios leverage this technology to generate new revenue? On the other hand, the second concern is ownership issues, which also relates to job security. Traditionally, screenplays for big projects like Marvel movies take 6 months to create. And for series or specials, writers and creators often get some ownership of their product. But let's say a film studio decides to adopt their version of ChatGPT with traditional script writers. This can drastically shorten the time taken to spit out a screenplay and change the involvement of writers in the screenwriting process, such that writers are less likely to have ownership of the products they create. This sentiment is reflected in a quote by Fran Drescher, one of the prominent figures in the ongoing Hollywood strike.
The entire business model has been changed by streaming, digital, AI. This is a moment of history that is a moment of truth. If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines.
At the core of the issue is concerns that generative AI will bring cuts in writers' pay, and a lower likelihood that writers will be giving ownership of the product, thereby threatening livelihoods of many in Hollywood. And we will have to wait and see how these issues or concerns develop in Hollywood. Overall, in today's episode, we've talked about examples of the newest tech, how to evaluate its disruption, as well as potential concerns that Hollywood will need to address going forward. It is clear that while disruptive tech has opened up thrilling storytelling and filming possibilities, there is still much to consider. I'm Miguel, and see you in the next one.